You know, over the last, I say, couple weeks to maybe a little over a month, Tank Davis has been tweeting out some stuff that some might call cryptic. Others might say, well, he's putting it out there that he's leaving Mayweather Promotions and possibly the PBC. I mean, heck, even Floyd Mayweather eventually responded to the stuff saying, nothing lasts forever and he'll still always love Tank, or look at him as a son, etc., etc. That's how far these tweets, and some of it, I'm gonna be honest with you, I never took any of it serious enough to even look into it. But I've seen video posted with titles, suggesting that Tank is out of there. Now, like I said, I never clicked on any of them, no matter who the channel is, so this ain't no shot at nobody. I just never believed it. I never took it to be credible, no matter what the source was, even if it was tweets that Tank put out himself. I never heard an interview where Tank, now I would have clicked on that if somebody actually put up an interview where Tank said, I'm out of here, I'm done, I'm finished. But to my knowledge, I haven't seen any of that. Now with that being said, I want to look into this press conference that Tank did with the last presser that they had for the Rolly Romero fight. And let's look into it and see if Tank is talking like somebody that's ready to leave Mayweather Promotion.
Gervonta, I'm curious, after the fight, you guys are, going to go and fight, but do you think after you guys could smooth things out between you and Rolly, you think it'll get to that point?
No. I mean, it's nothing to smooth out. You know what I mean? I don't see him after this. Like, once we fight, it's over. I barely see him, so ain't nothing to smooth out. He go his way, I go my way. Now, if it get anything different than that, then so be it. But I don't think he's from Vegas. He live in Vegas. You know what I mean? I come to Vegas to train, and I go to Mayweather gym. I don't go outside of Mayweather gym. You know what I mean? So that's why I train that day. So I won't see Rolly.
All right, now, basically that he's explaining why he doesn't see him and Rolly Romero's beef going any further than this. After they fight, it's over with, and the only way he would probably see Rolly is at Mayweather's gym. He doesn't go outside. He comes to train when he comes to Vegas, and he didn't say it in a past tense. Like that's something he planned on continuing to do. So to me, that says a lot. Only way me and Rolly go run into each other unless it's at the gym. Okay? Mayweather's gym. Okay, now let's continue and see if he says anything else that might indicate whether he will or won't be leaving Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather Promotions.
Tank, obviously you both are backed by Floyd Mayweather. I asked Rolly this, I'll ask you the same thing. Has Floyd given you any kind of word of advice or encouragement for this fight specifically that you can share?
I don't think Floyd, will want to pay his pain because it's under both of his umbrella. I think he want to stay neutral. You know what I mean? It's the only thing he can do is promote and promote the best fights and let the things play out itself. He can't get in between what me and Rolly got going on.
All right, you hear what he said. Now this is interesting because according to some of the tweets that we were hearing about, now like I said, I did not take the time to go look at these things, but I am very much aware that Tank was supposedly saying that Floyd Mayweather and the man standing to his left, Leonard Ellaby, was trying to set him up to take a loss to Rolly Romero. That's what, according to what the rumor mill's been on YouTube and probably other places, that he was putting out these tweets. Like I said, I never went to look at them. I didn't find them very credible, and the reason why that is because Tank and Floyd have fallen out several times in the past. Have they not? Remember, I think it was last year when Tank was training, I believe, for the Mario Barrios fight. It might have been for Cruz, but I think it was for the Bar, and it might have not even been last year. But when he was training, and Devin Haney Tank was in Baltimore training, and Floyd wanted him to come out there, but Tank stayed in Baltimore, and all of a sudden you start seeing Devin Haney on videos with Floyd Mayweather training, getting it in, Floyd showing him all his little tricks and stuff. All of a sudden you see it on Twitter, Tank talking about it's over, I'm done, he a traitor, etc., etc., etc. The next thing you know, you see Tank out in Mayweather's gym, getting it in, doing the same thing. Matter of fact, not only did you see Floyd mentoring Devin Haney, you also seen him mentoring Rolly Romero. Remember that? I know I do. I made videos about it. Then shortly after that, you seen Tank, after he got mad, exploded a little bit, cursed Floyd's name, etc., etc. You saw Tank back out in Mayweather's gym, getting it in, getting mentored. Matter of fact, honestly, we haven't seen Tank out of shape since. I believe that was the Santa Cruz fight, if I'm not mistaken. But let's see what else he has to say.
What's your response to why Rolly feels he wins this fight? He told us that he's just bigger, that he's gonna.
He ain't say nothing about skills. He said, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm more explosive. He didn't say I'm faster, or I got skills, or my footwork better. He don't say none of that. He just said I'm explosive, I'm powerful, I'm bigger. And if you see, he's not really that big. He's small. He's my size.
Now, real quick, ironically enough, I kind of noticed that yesterday too, when they was up in each other's face. I was like, dang, is it the shoes or something? The Tank got on some thick, Nikes or tennis shoes, or is it Rolly got on some, some dress shoes that might be kind of, flat in the sole? Because Tank was pretty much in his face, and they looked like they were roughly. Tank was a little bit shorter, but not much that you was like, yo, Tank is so much smaller than him. The size differential wasn't really noticeable. And in fact, even far as, their size, like the bulk of the two of them, looked like it was pretty much even. And maybe it was because what they had on. Tank has on a jacket. Now, I do believe Tank, when they're not training, it's just as big, because we know Tank gains weight. But I don't know. I just expected Rolly to be much more bigger than him, and that just wasn't the case. And that's part of the narrative, as Tank just said, that Rolly's putting out that he's so much bigger than Tank and so much more opposing than Tank, that's going to play a factor in the fight. Maybe not as much as what he think, but let's get back to the interview.
A lot of guys come before me, get killed and things like that. So for me to be right here today is a blessing. So again, I definitely want to thank everybody that's a part of this. I want to thank my personal team, and it's only up from here.
I think you mentioned earlier that Keith Thurman didn't get Mario Barrios out. Thurman, is that a possibility at some point down the line?
Shit, the money, right?
Now, to me, once again, if he's leaving Mayweather Promotions, why would he be like nodding at Leonard like, hey, yeah, I'll fight Keith if the money right, and pointing at the CEO of Mayweather Promotions? That doesn't really make any sense if you think about it. So, come on, people. It sounds like to me, Tank did what Tank does. He probably overreacted to the fact that they stuck him back in the ring with Rolly. He got pissed off, started saying things. It's not the first time we heard him call Floyd names: traitor, coward, jealous of me, whatever. I truly believe this won't be the last time if he continue to work with him. Their relationship is up and down, similar to how Floyd's relationship was with his fathers. Now, I believe Floyd learned something dealing with his father. Notice Floyd isn't really lashing back out at Tank. When Tank getting his little moves like that, Floyd just, kind of shrug it off. I think he also learned how to do that dealing with AB. Their relationship was up and down. So I think he's learning how to handle Tank a little more. Plus, this ain't something new. We seen this happen with Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia a couple of years as well. Oscar and Canelo. Now, Canelo wound up leaving, but as you see, Ryan is still he's still with Golden Boy. So, but let's see if anything else is said that might convince us one way or the other whether Tank will be leaving Mayweather Promotions or not.
Yeah, 135. What's the deal? Did you go back to him? So what do you?
As long as it's the best, I feel as though I got the best team in boxing again, and it's on air. I feel as though I got the best team in boxing. So, whatever decision we come out with, I think is the smartest decision. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now you heard what he said. He said he feels like he has the best team in boxing. Now, earlier when he said his personal team, I didn't mess with that. I left that alone. Because me personally, I thought he was talking about Calvin and company. Okay? But when he said his personal team, but when he said his team this time, he's talking about the people that matchmake him. And we know Calvin has nothing to do with that. Coach Calvin has gone on record several times and say we try to keep him in the gym. And once we get that letter, that hit, as he said in previous, when we find out who that hit is on, we adjust the training to that particular person and their style. He said, but he has nothing to do with the matchmaking. All they do is wait to get that name. Once they get that name, they address how Tank trains accordingly to who it is they're fighting. So he has to be talking about Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellerbe, and Al Heyman, and the PBC staff that matchmakes him. Period. He has to be talking about that. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, now, I'm not saying that Tank didn't have reason to be mad at Floyd, or so he thought, or whatnot. Matter of fact, we're going to address some of that real quick. Now, right now, we're on Twitter. This is Michael Benson Twitter account. If I'm not mistaken, I think he works for Sports Center. Brings a lot of news to Twitter, breaking news. So this is what he has right here. I'm gonna blow that up so make sure you can see it. It says right here, Michael Benson, breaking news 2 hours ago. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's scroll down first. Let's go down. Let's go backwards. This is what Michael Benson put up. He had Gervonta Davis seemingly hitting out of Floyd Mayweather in a now deleted tweet. Mayweather announced his exhibition at a presser yesterday on the same day as the presser for Tank Davis' fight versus Rolly Romero. Now, this is what I mean when I say Tank tweet stuff, but he'll get mad, whatever, and he'll snatch it down. But it says, laugh out loud, nigga had a press conference today and fighting on the same day. No matter how much money you have, you can still be jealous of an MF. Boy, right? Ain't hard to figure out he was talking about Floyd Mayweather, right? Me and Michael Benson, said it himself. Now, let's scroll up. This is what Floyd had to say. Not necessarily about Tank, but people criticizing him. We'll say that.
Made a lot of smart investments. So, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart and Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted. Bye.
All right, so Floyd ain't even addressed Tank, but he did address people hating on him or whatnot. And it's a video around here. Matter of fact, here it go right here. Of Floyd training, getting it in. It's another one around here somewhere. I saw it earlier. Let's see. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it earlier. Oh well. But my point is, now this clears up something that Tank said. It says Floyd Mayweather, once again, Michael Benson. Floyd Mayweather on his next exhibition fight versus Don Moore on May 14th. Don is going to come out to fight, so it's different. So it is different. Excuse me. So it's different. Logan Paul talked a good game, but he didn't come to fight. He came to hold. Now, if you don't know, Don Moore is one of Floyd Mayweather's former sparring partners. Matter of fact, let's see what Don Moore's record was like. Don Moore box rec. Okay, Don Moore, 18-1, 12 KOs, 0 knockouts. And he's no longer active. But he has been one of Floyd Mayweather's sparring partners in the past. So basically he's a sparring partner. Yeah. But like I said, this May 14th date is not the date that Tank Davis is fighting on. See? Tank is fighting on May 28th. Now you can understand why Tank took that mess down. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't blame him for being mad that he had the press conference on the same day. But, nah, he ain't fighting on the same day as you do. So, like I said, this seemed to be a pattern. He get mad at Floyd. He calm down. He say some outrageous stuff. He calms down. Floyd kind of just ignore it. I think at this point he knows Tank got a little bit of a temper, and he kind of just brush it off. They talk or whatever, probably behind the scenes. Then, they're cool again. That's kind of how Floyd's relationship was with AB, and believe it or not, that's kind of how Floyd's relationship was with his father. So I think Floyd is kind of used to this type of stuff, and I think he learned in the past how to deal with it. So is Gervonta Davis leaving Mayweather Promotions? Like I said before, I'll believe it when I see it. Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather has put a lot of money in Tank Davis's pockets, even when he didn't probably deserve it. I'm saying when he was fighting nobodies. Now, I do believe they elevated his competition over the last two and a half years, and I think it'll go even higher after this fight, because he's probably fighting for undisputed his next fight. And if it's not his next fight, it'll be the fight after that. The WBA will make sure of that. So with that being, that's whether it's Kambosos, Haney, Lomachenko, whoever it is, however that undisputed plays out over the next 6 months to a year, Tank will eventually get the person who's left standing with that belt. The WBA is making sure that. Matter of fact, if Tank loses, that'll be Rolly Romero who will get that opportunity. But that opportunity is coming because the WBA is mandating it. It's going to happen. So if you're Floyd Mayweather, it's nowhere in the world you can let this dude walk. No way. You can't let him go to Top Rank. You can't let him go to DAZN. You can't let him go to Golden Boy. And I believe Tank got to understand, if you go to DAZN, that means somebody's going to get alienated between you and Ryan. I don't think Oscar would do that to Ryan. And if he will do it, it'll be with a Virgil Ortiz. You won't be, you possibly might not be as high on the pecking order in Golden Boy as you would be with PBC, especially under Mayweather promotion. Under Mayweather promotion, you're the guy. You go to Top Rank, maybe not so. You got to deal with Shakur. You got to deal with at this point now Devin, but I don't think Devin will stay there long. And also Lomachenko. And I mean, I'm talking about favoritism. Floyd knows a lot about this. Ask him why he left Top Rank. Because they didn't give him top billing like they did De La Hoya. He played second fiddle. He didn't like that. He wasn't getting paid like De La Hoya. He didn't like that. So I think Tank, when he really sits down and think about it, he'll realize he's better off where he is. He's not competing with anybody. Who's Floyd's next biggest fighter? Badu Jack? I mean, come on, Rolly? Nah, man, stay where you are. Don't listen to what people saying. Stay where you are, but demand that you're more in charge or you're more involved in your matchmaking. That's what need to be fixed. Anything else? Nah, dude. Let Floyd do him. Floyd trying to make money. Floyd ain't even a promoter on that card. If I'm not mistaken, he's fighting on the undercard or co-maining with Anderson Silva. So he's not in charge of the fight date or whatever. Let Floyd do Floyd. Let Leonard do you. Let Leonard keep keeping your pockets fat and hyping your name up, and you'll be just fine. And that's pretty much all I got this Head Busting Boxing's on Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know, is Tank Davis leaving? Do you think he should leave? I'm not sure if he will or he won't, but I don't think he should. Stay where you are and keep letting them line your pockets with them big face bills. If they still make big faces, who knows? Nobody use cash these days. We all use cards. But that's pretty much all I got this Head Busting Boxes on Fight Doctor. I am out.